Hey, I'm out here, man. Just taking a break real quick. I know this is a little impromptu, so you may or may not see this. Got a great audience out there, great people. I know. I'm out here, like I said, taking a break, man. Out here in Auckland, we got some cool stuff. We're on lemons, man. It's good stuff. You gotta check that out. Um, but yeah, I wanna take a few minutes. Let me see what we working with here. We're growing us some. Looks like we got some good stuff here. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Got some blossom going on. Some zucchini that's developing. So life is good, man. Life is good. We got to do what we got to do to make it happen. Tomatoes are gone, but the onions are coming. Dragon fruit is coming too. Love it. Hey, I'm actually out here, and I said, you know what? There's a lot been going on in the space recently. Hey, Timmy, what's good, man? What's good? Yeah, you know what? I literally wrote a note the other day, and I was like, God dog it, man, I need to contact Timmy. And man, yeah, definitely, I'm gonna get in touch with you, man. Give me a few minutes. I'll try to holler at you before you run out and go to work this evening. Um, Man, it's kind of hot. I thought it was cool out today. So yeah, just want to talk a little bit, right? Like, what season is it, man? What season is it? You know how in this crypto space, right? We see a lot going on. We see stuff all the time, and a lot of people can't handle when something crashes, right? And then when things are going really good, people want to stand on the sideline and say, "Oh my gosh, is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Is it gonna last? Will it be here tomorrow?" And you get all that, right? And at the end of the day, what do you want me to say? I don't know. So I sit here and, like I said, over the last couple of weeks, I've watched things happen because that's what I do, right? I check out the landscape, I see what's good, what's popping, and then I observe, okay, what's the trend? What's really going on in the industry? So, for those that may not know or those that are just curious about the topic, well, you know what? Let me give you some insight. There are great opportunities online, crypto, non-crypto. You can go stocks, you can go commodities, you can talk about, there's so many ways to earn, side hustles. There's great things that you can do out there, and you don't have to, right, follow a traditional path and hope that you earn enough to, I don't know, pay for lunch or, you know, pay for a night out, right? The movies cost you $200 to take a family or even a couple out nowadays out here in on the West Coast. But, at the end of the day, everybody wants to have that little extra, right? So I get that, right? I'm not tripping. So no issues there, right? Everybody wants to have a little extra, to do a little extra. And so with that, then we all have these opportunities that we look at. And a lot of times we go online, you go to YouTube, you see, hey, if there's somebody out there that's talking about, some different side hustles or ways that you can kind of benefit from these alternative ways that, wealth is generated. So yeah, some people, they watch and watch and watch, and then they criticize crypto, and they watch, then they criticize crypto, and then they say, "Oh my gosh, somebody just made $1 million from Bitcoin." They're like, well, maybe there's something to this crypto thing, but they still don't know where to go. How do I get involved? What is the process? I mean, there's got to be a way, that we can benefit from this and learn from somebody. So yeah, I have, if you know, I have a team Achieve, and I have Team Achieve. This is general groups that I help people understand crypto and how to maneuver in this space. But then I have a prosperity club that we actually are, invested in companies, and we have specific criteria to look at, and there are specific moves that we make. So I felt that it was right that we try to help people understand how to maneuver in the space. But then as time goes on, you have to understand what's going on all sides. And so I look at, like I said, the last month or so, and I'm like, wow, there's been a lot of challenges in the last month. And I have some good friends out there that are doing really good in different spaces from forex. Some do their own trading. Some actually, love the bots. Some in the prop firms. Some are actually doing some really hedge fund type trading. I mean, making really, really great highs. To not be talking about is there's this downside. Like I said, there's peaks and valleys, right? And so with these ebbs and flows, you have to be able to stay steady across all of it. How do you do that? With the depth of diversity. It's all about diversity, right? Nobody has 100% wins in anything, right? I mean, except Deion Sanders, obviously. Well, anyway, I'm just saying in this space, right? If you're going to invest online, offline, doesn't matter. There's going to be some ups, some downs. There's going to be some wins. There's going to be some lessons learned. And so in this space, you really have to understand the landscape. So I'm like I said, when I looked over, like I said, this time period, I saw that there was a lot of things talked about, beginning of the year, and there were some things that came along, and people jumped on them, and people made some money, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and the next one gone. In 1 week, there was probably 5 platforms that were very popular, for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and they all shut down within about a week. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." Fortunately, I wasn't in any of those, but there are some that people I know and people that, just they're just trying to make some money. They're trying to make ends meet. I think there was a survey done some years back, and they were like in the U.S. alone. People said if they had an extra $300 to $400 a month, it would just change their life. Only $300 to $400. Think about that, people. That is not hard to do, especially in this online space. Just a little bit more would get them over the hump, right? Pay a bill, or that car won't be sitting in the street. That car will actually be moving because they could get it fixed just for a little bit, you know. And it's crazy because most of the people in my circle, they average 3 times that much in a day with this particular industry. So when I hear that, I'm like, I can help a few people understand how to maneuver in this space and actually win at least $300 to $400 a month. I mean, but to hear and to see the response when they're doing it per day is a game changer. But they're just looking for it maybe in a month. If I can make $300 to $400 a month, when somebody says that, I'm like, you know what, I got you, right? Because I want to help them people get to that level where they're comfortable in their own way, right? So when I see all these things happening, and recently, we were involved with the program that everybody knew, high risk, nobody was, people that understood that if we can maximize it, it will propel us forward. Whereas most programs, you have to take time, take time, take time. But if you understand how to maneuver, if you understand leverage, if you understand that there's a way that there's something on the other end, well, there was an anomaly, and every now and then this happens in this. There's an anomaly of a program that came along about 3 months ago, and it was very high risk, not because of the ROI, but it was high risk because of the way it was managed. And because I have people that have never been into crypto, that's never been in this space, or do I stay away from that, allow that to play out, and maybe the people that didn't have cash flow to get into these safe plays, should I go ahead and introduce this to them? And so that was a big decision because now I want to make sure that people win, but at the same time, years from now, and say, but I don't make decisions. I allow people to make their own decisions. They're adults. It's their money. And so when we look at the program, and like I said, recently there's been a couple that one, it basically stopped paying, but they're giving refunds out. So okay, whatever. But here's the interesting thing. There was 2 that ran into some problems about 3 months ago, and now they're actually coming back. They fixed the issues. And so they're actually transferring accounts into another firm so that they can go ahead and actually, get us back on track. So just because a firm or a project, goes down, doesn't mean that it won't do right. If there are honest people behind the program, if it's an honest program, right? Then we know there's a lot of them that are not. But we've been fortunate enough to be with those that actually ran into some problems. Maybe they just had too many people show up, sign up, register, bombarded the system. They weren't expecting it. Bam! Guess what? We gotta dial it back. And so we've already started transitioning to a new firm. So we're back on track with that. So there's sometimes that happens. There was another one that literally shut down for about 3 days. No messaging, no nothing. We didn't know what was going on. Guess what? It came back. It's been running for over 3 months now. No problem. So there are times that platforms do fall short and then they come back, or they fall short and they keep falling and falling and falling, right? And they just don't come back. What season is it, right? You have to ask yourself, what season is it? What season are you in, right? Because you may be doing very well. And I can tell you, I'm going to tell you every day, like for over a year, from May to May, I won hands down. And the programs that I brought into my ecosystem were winners literally over a year. And that's how I was able to propel myself. Now, in the last, week, we've had one that decided it wanted to stop paying. So I'm going to tell you straight up, we were prepared for this because we knew it was high risk. So, anybody in my team knew if you got involved, you don't have to. Believe me, we got options. Gave them options. You don't have to. But if you do, just know high risk and you can make a lot of money, or you may make some and not make all of it back. And we were prepared for that. Now I tell you, we can say that all day long, but nobody wants to lose money, period. Promise you that. So I'm not going to sit here and say, all the people out there that's listening, if you were part of this one that we all know that just likes to stop payment and saying they're going to do some refunds, if you were part of that, then you probably made a lot of money if you were in it for 3 months. Look, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I got my money back in the first week, and things were great after that. So it was like, let's go help some people, right? And that's what we were doing along the way, and a lot of people did benefit from that. But there are a lot of people that they wanted to watch, and one thing about being in this space, right? There are programs that can do very well over time, but time is not your friend when it comes to heights. Time is not your friend when it comes to high yield platforms. Time is not your friend. You make that traditional finance over time, you're going to make money. But in the online space, when it comes to some of these high yield platforms, you need to make your money and then you need to know when to pull out. If you don't, you're going to run into big problems. And you're going to hear this every 3 months because you chose to wait to see, well, you know what? I lost in this one. That was 3 years. So I'm going to wait 3 months, 4 months to see if it works. And then, wow, it's been working for 3 months. Now I'm going to jump in. Guess what? It's not going to work for you, right? Because that's not what they're designed to do. But you got to understand that. And that's why, one, we have 5, probably add another one, 6 maybe, but right now about 5 that are not high risk, that are consistent, that are legit, that are private. 3 are private, 1 is not, and they're winners. So what season is it? When I tell you that the season dictates what happens, is it sunny? Is it summer? Is it cold? Is it winter? Is it fall between hot and cold? Or is it spring because you're getting ready to go and do something better? Let your season be spring, right? Because spring helps to, you see those new flowers. You see those new beginnings. You see that the opportunities are everywhere, right? When you see life as spring, make that your season. And then you won't see the dull moments. You won't miss the lessons learned. You're going to see the growth, right? I have four categories, 4 levels, four ways that we grow in my particular program. So when I'm coaching, I talk about taking people from there's, like I said, there's four paces. You got to have either cash or cash flow, right? Cash or cash flow. If you have cash and you just don't know what to do with it, cool. Guess what? You're good, but you're gonna have to have some resilience or you're going to have some fortitude if you want to play in this space. But if you don't have a goal, financial goal, where you want to be, then you're going to just be out there dangling. It doesn't matter what industry, it doesn't matter what part of your life, it doesn't matter if it's business or personal. If you don't have a goal, then you're just going to be dangling out there, and you're going to have no direction. You're not going to know what to do when you hit a bump in the road. So you got to have something that keeps you moving forward, and normally your goal will do that. Okay. But then you have cash flow. Okay. Some people have cash, some people need cash. Most people need cash, or most people don't want to spend their own money, so they want to make some money and use the profits to move forward, right? That's okay. It take you longer to do it, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. This is not about how fast I get to my destination. Just get to your destination. As long as you are rolling with the right network, then you can get to your destination in a short amount of time, right? So cash flow, and then growth. So I'll take you from there, because the cash flow piece is a little different. Because if you don't have cash and you need cash flow, then sometimes you're going to have to look at and make some hard decisions, right? You're going to have to figure out, do I go with this 2 to 3% a day program, but I got to know how to maneuver in that space? Who do you know that you can connect with that can help you do that? Help you get in, help you get out, right? There's a lot of us out here, believe me, that love those type of plays. So I'm not going to be your number one when it comes to that stuff. But what I've done is researched it. I go to the source. Who are the ones that know that stuff, right? If they are talking about it, if they have some background in it, if they have done the research on it, then that's their space. Guess what? I respect their space. But if you want something that long term, if you want something that's going to last, if you want something that is going to take you into 2024 and beyond, right, where you have a minimum of 1K per day to keep you and sustain you and move you forward, right, then I think we can work together. But you got to have a goal. You got to have something that you're going to work with, right? So when we're looking at this space, the other thing that you want to do is understand that next level, right? After you get the cash flow, then you got to have the growth. What program gives you growth? What program gives you scalability, right? Without you having to do anything else. If you put your money in, then how do we grow it? How do we make sure that next month, it's growing and growing and growing? Okay, this is different from cash flow. Those are short term, but growth is really that's setting you up for that generational wealth. So you get that growth going, get you a few of those under your belt, and then you transition into what's going to create generational wealth, and that's a whole nother level. And I'm gonna tell you, there's some people out there that got some programs that takes you well beyond the growth and the scaling into that generational wealth. And I'm gonna tell you, we have every one of those set up. And it's not just me. No, I'm talking partners. That's why I told you your network, right, is what facilitates your longevity. I'm gonna be in this game for a long time because of the network. It's not because I know everything. Lord knows I don't. That's just not, I know better. I know my limitations. I know what I know, but I can't sit here and tell you that I know all these and I can put you in every program. No, I don't do that. I give you core four, right? That's how we roll. Core four. There's four main or primary projects that we roll with. Those four projects is the minimum. The minimum, right, is to get you to a certain level, right? I'm not going to talk about finances and all that because everybody has something different going on in their life. Somebody may be sitting here saying, "Come on, Rashid, how you get me to 10,000 a day?" Well, it'd be funny if it didn't happen. You can watch my videos. I've withdrawn $10,000 a day. I've withdrawn 20. I've withdrawn 30,000 a week. So that's not an issue. The issue is not a number that I'm doing. The issue is what's your number, right? I don't have to show you anything. Why? Because my income has zero to do with what's going into your pocket. So you got to get beyond that as well. A lot of people, I don't want to see if it works. I want to see if you can withdraw. I want to see if if you're making money. And does that mean you're making money? Come on, guys, get. This is real. What season is it for you? Make it spring. Springtime is a beautiful time. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Here it is. What month is it? September. It's September, and I'm in Southern California, and it's a beautiful day. This morning I was wearing a jacket. Now I'm like, man, it's getting hot. I'm gonna go in the house. This is crazy, right? But I think it's spring because it feels like spring. Well, maybe it's Southern California. It's always like this. That's what I heard anyway. I'm in the best city in the world. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But I really want you guys to know. I want you to really, really understand what I'm saying. I wanted to come on today, and I just wanted to let you guys know that there's a lot going on. Some people have been hit very hard because of a platform, high risk platform. Everybody knew it, everybody heard it, everybody got introduced to it, and some people decided to go with it. And guess what? If you were in for 3 months, 90 days, if you had 90 days with that program, you made more than you made probably the whole year. You know that? So, no complaining in that respect. But the ones that didn't, you got to consider what happened. When did you get in, right? What did you do different? Were you afraid? Was it new to you? Was it something that maybe nobody introduced to you? Maybe you found it online and you got in, and unfortunately a week goes by and they were basically saying, "Oh, sorry, you know what? We're in debt right now. We can't pay out." That's those things happen. Those things happen. But there's two more on the horizon that I've been told that may not be paying out as well. So prepare yourself. What season is it? Sometimes the season for the industry could be winter, but your season can always be spring. Look, this is Coach Rashid with Team Achieve and Team Achieve Prosperity Club, where we take you through stages in order to get you to a sustainable, generational, wealth generating program that lasts. This is what we do, and this is what we've been doing, and we will continue to do. So if you are one out there and you're looking for great opportunities, great networks, great people, then get in touch with me. Let me know, because I'm just here to help. That's all I'm here to do. All right, peace. Y'all take care, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Hey, Timmy, I'll get in touch with you. Peace.